Hi, I'm Anne Bowering. I'm the Managing Director of the National Stock Exchange of Australia. So NSX has a really exciting opportunity in the Australian marketplace as only one of 2 licensed stock exchanges in Australia. Our focus is really clearly on the sub 50 mil market cap space, which is uniquely in Australia. It's an incredibly large sector of the market. Over half of the companies in Australia that are listed on the stock exchange are sub 50 mil market cap, and over half of the IPOs each year that come through are actually in that sector. So we think that there's a really important role to play in creating a marketplace that specifically meets the needs of those companies coming through. What's also unique in Australia is the percentage of retail participation in our marketplace. So there's upwards of 37% direct retail participation in Australia, and I think that reflects a high level of education and understanding of financial markets in Australia, which I think is a really exciting opportunity for our business and our exchange. So historically, Australia has had a single stock exchange, ASX, and they've been incredibly successful at serving our market. But we think that there is a need and an opportunity for an exchange to come in and really target growth companies that are coming to the market looking for capital, new capital to grow, and equally for mature private companies, perhaps family companies that are looking for a pathway to succession. So the new NSX, as we've created it, really has pivoted around technology. So much of the changes that have taken place have centred around our investment in technology. So for example, our investments in market access and market data. We've made significant investments in surveillance and security. We've made investments in communications for our listed issuers. So all of those investments have been essential in really building a business, an exchange that competes with ASX for not only the best companies in Australia but globally to come and list in this marketplace. Everything we do at NSX is about rewriting tomorrow. We are a new market that's coming in and competing against a very successful established incumbent. And it's not just because we're an exchange and we know that innovation needs to come from the heart of the financial markets at the exchange, but it's also because we know that innovation is fundamental to the international competitiveness of Australia as a financial centre. So it is really very much a focus of our business. One of my favourite quotes at the moment actually comes from Steve Jobs, and hopefully I can paraphrase it well, but he talks about not just doing things better than your competitors, but the fact that you need to do it differently. And I think that is really fundamental to succeeding in changing and rewriting tomorrow is that essence of doing things differently, and that is certainly what we're focused on doing at NSX. So the Australian market is quite unique in that we've had, for all intents and purposes, a monopoly here in Australia for over 20 years, a very successful monopoly. In hindsight, that's led to some inefficiencies perhaps, and we think that the Australia tomorrow needs competition, and we're looking forward to coming into the marketplace and bringing with that investment and innovation in terms of the way that the Australian market works as an equity capital centre.